Reading sheet music is one of the best skills you can have as a musician, as a pianist, because it's the written form of music. So if you're able to read really well, you could technically play any song you'll ever want. Now, reading sheet music is kind of difficult. There's a lot to know. It's basically a whole language that you need to learn, but there are fundamental concepts that if you understand, it'll make things much easier. So the first thing is knowing how the notes in the sheet music correlate to the piano. When you see notes that are going up in direction in the sheet music, that means we're going up the piano too. If they're going down, then we're going down the piano. So notes going up on the sheet music is going up on the piano. Notes going down the sheet music is going down the piano. Now the sheet music separates the piano into two parts. The treble, which is meant for the higher keys on the piano, and the bass, which is meant for the lower keys on the piano. And you're going to have notes written anywhere within these 10 lines. You can have a note here, in a space, up here on the 5th line, over here in the 3rd space, in the 3rd line, literally anywhere. So let's take this note, the G. This is where it is on the sheet music. You don't have to memorize it right now. But if you see a note that's in the next space, that note on the piano is directly next to each other. If there's a G, if there's a note on a line, and then there's another note on the next line, we're skipping this note in the space. So on the piano, you're going to do the same exact thing. You're going to play the first note, skip a note, and play the next one. So the way it looks in the sheet music is how it's going to look on the piano. If you have 3 notes bunched up like this, no matter what they're called, this one is a G. But I don't know what the other 2 are. But let's think about it. This G and this note are right next to each other. What note on the piano is right next to the G? It's going to be the A. Then we have another note up here. Now that is skipping a line, it's skipping a note. It's going to the next space. So let's go to the piano and let's skip a note. We're going to skip the B and go to the next note, which is a C. So these notes that you're playing are G, A, and C. Let's play something else. Let's play this. The first note is an F. But what are the other 2 notes? So it looks like I'm skipping 2 notes to get to the second note. So on the piano, I'll skip 2 notes. I'll skip this one, and now the next note is a B. Nice. So this note has to be a B. Then we have another note that's on the next line, which means that we're skipping a note in between. From the B, we're skipping the C and playing the D. And that's what we're playing. We're playing F, B, and D. Let's look at the song. It's called Fly Me to the Moon by Frank Sinatra. You don't know the names of these notes yet. We're going to get to it soon. I just want you to see that if you know one note, you can know all the notes on the piano. So this first note is a C. And then it's going down the piano. So we're not going up 1 note. We're going down 1 note. So this is a C. We're going down to the next line, which is a B. Directly to the next note, which is an A. Then G. Then F. Now F again. Now we're skipping a line, so we're going to skip a note on the piano and play the next note. Again, we're skipping to the next space, so I'm going to skip a note on the piano and play the next note. And then from this note, from the C, we have a note directly under it, which is going to be the B and the A. Now because I memorize all the notes and their names, I know that the next note is an A. But after this A, what note is that? That's going to be a G. And then we're going to go all the way down, back up. When we get to this note, we have to skip a note to the next one. So we're skipping this G. Then G, but G sharp instead. F, E, D, C. So now that you understand this concept, let's learn the actual names of each note on the sheet music, and then we'll read a song, and we won't just think about the names of the notes that we learned. We'll also think about the space in between each note, which will then make reading much easier and faster because you're not just thinking about each individual note, you're thinking about the notes plus the spaces. So the first note we're going to learn is called middle C, and that's the C that's like in between the treble clef and the bass clef. It has a line going through it, so we know that this is middle C. The note right next to it is D, and that's under the line, under the first line. Then we have an E going through it, and then you could probably guess what this one is. If E is on the first line, the space right on top of it will be F, and F is next to G. Then we have A, then we have B, C, D, E, F, G. In the left hand, we're going to go down, so C. going down to a B, A, G, F, E, D, C, B, A, G, F. Now that's a lot of notes to memorize, and I don't expect you to memorize it all within just 20 minutes. It'll take you about a month to memorize all these notes, get them really, really down and not have to think about them anymore. It's all about just learning songs and repetition. There's this app called NoteRush. I'm going to show you how to use that app right now, but this app is so good because it just makes it more fun. You get to choose the notes that you want to practice and it tests you, it times you. So I suggest that you start with 5 notes in the right hand, C, D, E, F, G, memorize those notes. Then we go to G to C, G, A, B, C. Then we do C, D, E, F, G. And then in the left hand, we'll do C, B, A, G. And then G to C, then C to F. So this is the app. It's called NoteRush. It's so good because it helps you memorize the notes in a more playful way. So I'm going to show you how to use it right now. When you open up the app, you're taken to the front page and you can press this bottom bar here to choose your level, or you can make your own levels. You can go to Level Designer and make a new level just for yourself to choose the notes that you want to practice. So let's press new and let's do treble clef notes. And we're going to practice the notes C, D, E, F, and G. We're going to hit this button right over here and we want the notes to repeat twice. Then we press the check mark, we name it C to G, press play, and now it says play middle C to start. Now I see a G, F, D, G, F, D, E, C, E, C. Oh, I got 4 stars. I am 0.24 seconds away from getting 5 stars, which is kind of sad, but it's okay. So use this app, learn all the notes, and play as many songs as you can with these notes. The only way you're going to memorize these notes is by actually just learning songs. Get easy sheet music online. There are so many free resources. Once you know these notes really well, learning songs like Fly Me to the Moon will be so easy because all you really need to do is read 1 or 2 notes and then you'll know the rest without even thinking about it. So again, I'll play the first page and you'll see like this is a C. The first note is a C, then I'm not even reading the rest of the notes. I just know that they're all right next to each other. So I'm just playing it down to the F and then F. I know that we're skipping again. Then we're going to the next note directly after it. Continue going. Then I know that's an A because I know my notes really well. Continue. I'm not reading these notes. I'm just playing it, skipping a note from the F, then the G sharp, F. Reading sheet music like this takes a lot less time. Usually when you're learning how to read sheet music, you're just reading, okay, that's a C, that's a B, that's an A, that's a G, that's an F. It takes a lot more time than just thinking about the space and just continue going down without even thinking about it. I may make this sound pretty basic, pretty easy, but it's actually not. It took me so long to get to this place where I could read really intense sheet music and not really have trouble with it. If you like this video, subscribe to this channel. I'm going to be posting way more content about these little concepts, just straight to the point. I'll also be posting sheet music walkthroughs of popular songs, classical songs. So stay tuned for all of that. I'll see you in the next video.